show you the basics of creating a website. So we'll create a website from scratch and then we'll build out one container. So here we go. So if we start from your dashboard and you go to your website portal, this is where all your websites will be listed. And we want to create a new website. We're going to do a starter page. And as that's building out, it's going to put a basic page together with some stuff on there, basic stuff that we think you would like on there. Okay. Some of the things about this is you've got, again, your container. So I'm going to actually focus on this one container here just to give you an idea. So how do I do that? So a container is this blue box here. And I'm going to click on this and you'll just see this box. Now this allows us to work much faster because we're focused on this one basic box. Okay. So starting from the top, you've got your, we call section div. And anytime you want to style anything on the page, you'll see this icon right here. This one little icon right there is styling. So any of these boxes have these styling icons. So for example, this outer box, okay, is, I'll just make it red. So that's that whole entire outer box. So when you're creating a website, you got that outer box of the container, then you have, that's this box. Then inside that box is what's called the inner. Okay, I'm going to hit save on that. So we just have that there. Then you have your inner container, okay, which is this. So it kind of makes it look like a page so that all your stuff is in a page. So we're going to go and put that one as white. Okay, white over here, and on the hover it'll be white as well. We're going to hit save. So now we've got, I'm going to go put this to both colors here so that we have it on both. So copy, that way it's not blinking back and forth on us. Okay, let's try again. So we've got the outer is the pink, our page, so we call the inner is white. Okay. And then inside of that is where you put your columns, your rows. So in this case, I have one row of content on here. If you go down to here, this one has 2 rows and this one has 3 rows. Okay. So inside this one row, okay, I can also color that background. So let's say that background is this color right here. Okay, we'll hit preview to see what it looks like. So now we've got that. So inside of that, there's the one row of content, which is inside of the actual container for the content. So if you have 2 rows, you'll see the W here with 50%. This one's with 50%. This one's with 33, 33, 33. So that's the width of those boxes. Then you can begin to add content in that box. So for example, if I wanted to add something inside this box, I click on the purple icon. And on the right side over here, you'll have an element to choose from. So for example, if I wanted to put a button, I click add button. And now that button will show up over here. Okay, so I want to add another thing. I just now don't have, there's no circle there anymore, but you just go to the purple that's there, click on the plus, and then we have starters here for a button, list, text, image, or video. We're going to go now put text for T. And now it's going to add that text. Okay, so if I want to add again, I want to go to the plus again, and I want to go add a image, click on the image. So they're all inside of this one container, okay, that's there. Okay, so now we've got the placement for an image, we got placement for text, and we got placement for a button. So now that we've added these different things in the container, you can kind of see that they're there. So let's say we want to add some over here, or maybe move one from over here. So you take the purple one, do the drag here, drag it over into there, and now that's over there. I want to move this one over here too. Drag this and want to put it below, just go down just a bit below it, and then it'll add it there. So now we have an image, a headline, and a button. But underneath this headline here, we want some more text. Okay. Now we want to keep that text within this purple container. Okay. Instead of having another purple container with text, we can go and hit here and this is for paragraph, and then these are your different types of headers. So we already got a H3 here. So now we want to add a paragraph. So we're going to go for paragraph, and that's going to add the text. So now you'll see that this headline, H3, and paragraph are in the same purple container. So if I go to that purple container and I do a styling and I do a background, all right, let's see, the background's that, you'll see that the text is inside that container. But if you wanted some more text that wouldn't be inside that container, then you would go and then add some more text. So we go like here, and then now you'll have separate text down here. So I want this text, say, to be below this text, and then I already have an H3, I have a paragraph, but I want this to be like a smaller than an H3. So we can go change the tag to an H4. Okay, so now we got an H3, a paragraph, and an H4. We're going to refresh the page to make sure that that's an H4. Okay, now it's an H4. So what is an H4, H1, H6, paragraph? These are basically your different sizes of text. So they certainly can have a different size that we style them to. For example, if I go to the styling button here and I go over here to styling, I can change the size of this, right? But in general, there's certain sizes that are set for these different types of text headers, okay? So it's up to you to decide what yours. We kind of put a standard, but you can go and then change them by going to the sizing here, okay? Over here, you can change the font and a number of different things over here. So you go your text styling, your borders, your backgrounds, your margins and paddings. Okay, so if I want a little padding above it, I would do that. So that's how you would kind of go about doing the basics of adding stuff to a page. You've got your outer, you've got your inner, and then you've got your columns. And then inside your columns, you've got your column enclosure, we'll call it. And then inside of that enclosure, you'll add your elements. So in this case right here, we got a bullet list. If you hover over this, it says bullet list. Over here, if you hover this I, it says text box. Okay. Over here, it's a image or video. Okay. So let's say you want now, instead of having a purple background on this, we want a background image. So we're going to go on the styling because we're going to style that box. We're going to go to backgrounds. Okay. Currently we have the pink. We're going to click on no image, and we have some free ones in there, or you want to add your own, you click on new background image, okay, or just select one here and then hit select, and now that'll be in the background there. Okay, then you hit save or preview. Preview will basically refresh the page, and now you'll see it's there. So again, now you have this showing on desktop. You also have to go add one for mobile. So if you go up to the top here, you click on the computer, it now changes to mobile, and now you go add one for mobile as well. So we're going to use the same one since it's kind of similar, and now you have one for mobile, and then you have one for desktop. Okay, so you can do backgrounds on the outer div, the inner div, the rows, the column containers, the elements. So you have a variety of areas where you can very versatilely style these things. So it seems a little bit complicated at first, but it gets to be pretty simple once you get going. So if we're going to have, for example, this image over here, let me get this out of the way here, and we want to add an image in there that is here. So if you want to add an image, just drag it to that image thing, and then it'll change to the image you added. So these are some of the basics that you can do. If I want to add, again, an element below this image, I can go to the plus sign, I can go to bullet list, text, image, video, or button, or I can go to the plus and it'll show more options on the right. So you have all kinds of different options here. You can put an opt-in form, you can put a video list, video testimonial, all these different things in here that you would like to add can be added in there. So if I want to add, or a Q&A, all these different things can be added down below into that box. But to keep it simple, let's say we add a bullet list there. And now you have a bullet list, an image, and some text over here. And then you can go ahead and start styling that accordingly. You can actually add, let's say, 4 rows. So I have 1 row at the top there, I have 2 rows here, and then I have 3 rows below it, but I want 4 rows. And again, you've got the 4 rows here. So if I want to add my image to that 1 row, click and add it there. I want my bullet list to be in this row here, add it there. I want my headline to be in this row right here, I add it there. And I want my other text to be in that row here. So now you can see how you can drag them around. So again, the little thing right there, you drag that, and then I want it to be below this, so it's going to be below it. So you can see how things can be moved around. So this is kind of the basics of adding pages and styling them. You've got your outer container, your inner container, your rows, then your section containers where your elements go in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And then inside that is your elements, which are purple. All the elements, which are text, images, and everything, are always in the purple thing. Okay, that's something easy to remember. If you're all in there, it's pretty simple. And if you want to delete something, so you just simply go hover over the purple and go down to the delete button and then delete that. Okay, and that's how you would delete it. And then that would just go away. So you'll see we only see one section of the page here, but you want to see it all, you click on here, and then you're going back to see your full page. Hope this helps. If you want to see this page preview on the web, just click on the globe icon and you'll see it live on the web.